Can you rule out a wealth tax?
Oh, as I've said, I'm not announcing our tax policy today.
So that was quite a split with Labor last time, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we're working through that along with the team.
You don't support the wealth tax, do you?
Look, I'm not announcing our tax policy today.
There you go. So there's the clip I'm going to play, Chewie. Now I'll come to you, mate, and you're going to tell us something about the obvious thing they didn't go to, but also was his avoidance of that answer a net positive, a net negative, or a neutral in your thoughts?
I am on several different places with this. Part of me wants to go, you know what? Just spit it out. Just say, hey, look, this is my personal view of where I think this should go. And just dump it out there and realize that National can vent their spleen as long as they like. It's Labor's job to convince the electorate that this is the way to go. And they're going to give themselves as much runway as possible to do that. The reason that hasn't happened, the reason that he's talking about, hey, look, we haven't locked this down yet, is it's got to go to their caucus. And that's coming up in a month or two, I believe. So, yeah, they have to get the party to sign off on it. So just remember, a party leader isn't a king. You know, he still has to run it past the people that count. And I think that's what's happening here. What I think is smart, and this is, I acknowledge that this runs completely contrary to what I just said, that I wish he'd just dump it out on the floor and there you go, that's what we're doing, is he's made a game of it. Guyan's had to tease it out of him. He's had to do, he's pretty much walked up to that line and said, yep, that's what we're doing. But he's made it a bit of sport as well. I think in the past couple of years, there's been so much going back to Jacinta rolling out capital gains tax, seen the feedback from everybody. Everybody's been really consistent on this. They've picked up on the fact that it's an unfair tax system. As Chippy mentions, it's income tax and GST, and that's it. We don't really have anything else. The messaging has been really, really consistent that we need to take the heat out of the housing market. That's where everyone's parking their money. It's just a tax black hole. And they need to close that. And there's flow-on benefits from that. Money starts flowing into businesses because that's a better investment. Because if it's all getting taxed the same, then why not take a bigger gamble on a business, and maybe it's going to pay out better. It's also going to stop people hoarding fucking houses when we haven't housed every Kiwi.
Yeah, I think it's a net neutral. And I think we've been fair in the past when Luxon hasn't released something that he's been asked by politicians. I think we've gone, it's fair enough that he doesn't have the answer for that today. We don't need to do it. I don't know. Maybe my bias is showing it feels like that's a little bit more definitive with an answer of a no answer, but I'm just being honest. Maybe that's my bias.
It's trending in the right direction for me. I'm pretty happy with this. If the tax policy is an older piece of paper with the Green Party logo crossed out and it just says Labor's tax policy, and it's just something that they've grabbed from Chloe's waste paper bin after the last election, I'd be stoked with that. Like, we're going to be really consistent going forward that the pathway here is tax wealth more and work less, tax wealth for health, all of these good things, all of these good messaging. Like, there are less wealthy people than there are middle income earners. If they can get that message to stick, that we are coming from somebody's money but not yours, and really hammer the flag to that flagpole, I think this could be a winner.